Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I won't give back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be fucking sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
Hello and welcome to another session of Vampire the Masquerade, Edmonton by Night, also known as Tales of the Black Butterfly. We hope we find you well since our last session. To our players, I have a question. Who would like to give a recap as to what happened last time?
So we all woke up in a strange room. And there's a cat person. There's a woman who looked like she walked off a Renaissance painting. And then two individuals that just looked like they were grabbed off the street. But not street ladies.
You mean ladies of the night?
No. But we are ladies of the night now, so to speak. We just didn't know it yet. However, in trying to get out, Renaissance lady found that she's got thunder thighs, quite literally, and kicked a hole in the door. But it got us out. It got us out.
Thick thighs save lives, baby.
Yes, they do.
I'm just going to call you Thunder Thighs all night now.
And we got to this like strange fucking hallway in the rest of this building that our little wake up room was attached to. And we find a break room. But in trying to get into the break room, the cat girl here finds that she is also Hulk strength and runs into the doorway, bringing the door with her as she enters in the break room. And we found 2 bags. One that belongs to Renee, who we find out, one of our ladies from the street. And the other one, matching the outfit of our Renaissance lady. And turns out her name is Avalon or Mad Val. So we at least know the names of 2 of our group. We don't know what the fuck happened to make a cat girl. And I have no clue who I am still. But as we're coming out of the break room and a couple of minor wholesome shenanigans there, a gentleman walks up to us, clearly from the church. And after him getting us out of there and into town to where he otherwise resides, it turns out his name is Father Douglas. Not a bad-looking fellow, mind you. And offers us a place to stay and offers to help us figure out who the fuck we are. But he already knows who Mad Val is, and he was able to point out what Kitty Cat here is. But apparently, this is where he tells us we are all vampires. We just don't know what breed of vampire we are, because that's a thing, apparently. And we've just kind of settled in for the night. We got some clothes from Father Dearest, and that's kind of where we left off after he explained a few things and said that we're probably just going to start tomorrow night and figuring out who we are and where we're from.
Well done for a recap. So, our official recap from myself, storyteller Blazewing. The party awakens in a cement room in a fabrication facility, trying to figure out what's going on. With full-blown amnesia and unable to communicate with one of the group bands together to find a way out of the room before exploring some of the facility. On the next floor up, they find what appears to be a break room with 2 bags in it. Breaking down the door, they rifle through the bags and find some of their belongings. And a couple of identities. Moving back out into the hallway, they come face to face with Father Douglas, who attempts to convince them that he's not there to hurt them. He brings them back to his church, sets them up with a room in the basement, complete with a bathroom, for their own personal use, and leaves them to talk with the promise that he'll tap some of his resources to see if he can find information about the players and where they're from, and the potential of getting the group working, cell phones, etc. Maybe some contacts, or something that will help. And with the group falling into slumber, we find ourselves on the precipice of who knows what kind of adventure this is going to turn out to be. We have a mystery on our hands. We need to figure out why our players are here. We still have 2 identities left to figure out. And we still have to get used to the area in which we are currently in. With that, I'm going to get you all to roll a rouse check, as tonight you find that deep, dark pit that you might associate with sleep starting to fade, and the night beckons you in this episode of Edmonton by Night.
So, what is
That will be
rouse?
a D10. Rouse?
Mm-hmm.
Every time you channel your blood, every time you use the blush of life, every time you wake up from your slumber during the day. Anything rather vampiric in nature, there is a very good chance it will require a rouse check. The rouse check determines whether or not you take a point of hunger.
Okay. And
You're going to roll a d10, and as with your d10s, anything 6 or over is considered a success. Anything under 6 is considered a fail.
okay.
So I will call for your checks.
And it's just one flat D10.
One flat d10 unless I say otherwise.
Okay, cool.
Or unless rules state otherwise.
Okay.
Alorah.
I got a 6.
Your rouse was successful. Thank you. D.
What?
That is a critical fail. You take 2 points of hunger. Val.
12.
On a d10?
Oh, what the hell?
The ultimate success.
Y'all was gonna love
Yes.
You'll never be hungry for the rest of your unlife ever.
Right?
No.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Overachieving vampire much?
9.
That is a success. You pass. Renee.
I got a 2.
You take 1 point of hunger.
Yay.
So, here's the thing with hunger. Each point of hunger you have, as explained previously, replaces one of your dice rolls on your checks. If you have 5 or more points of hunger on your hunger track, we start to do frenzy checks. Or we start to do frenzy checks whenever I think it's going to be dramatically appropriate. Frenzy checks determine whether or not you just attack indiscriminately or not, no matter who's watching. So that is the thing. Either way, you all successfully rise from your slumbers in that small room that Father Douglas has oh so graciously given to you in the basement of his church. With no windows in this room, it is pitch black. You can't really hear much at the moment, as this is tucked away in the back corner. Just silence. We're going to open our floor to the players, and we're going to see how you guys move about your evening for right now.
I need food. But we can't do food anymore, can we?
I mean, I have something that I got from the office. Does that count?
What'd you get? I look over. What do I see?
A bag
Communion
of communion wafers.
How?
Well, everyone was so busy when we were in Dougie's office. I don't think he even noticed, but I thought we might get hungry later and they look like crackers, so.
Do they taste good?
I haven't tried them yet.
Who else wants to
I
try
won.
one?
I want to try one.
Let's try one.
So I reach out,
Same.
take one,
Same.
do a weird face of, just a weird face of like, oh, what am I doing? And then I put it to my tongue, and it really just tastes like nothing.
I just pop mine in my mouth.
They don't really taste like much of anything.
I also put mine in my mouth. Kind of just becomes like a really like Elmer's glue sticky situation in your mouth. Like, it's just like, ugh. And just out of habit, I swallow it.
Giggity.
Meanwhile, Val is just quietly observing all this
Because
and
Go ahead.
realizes, nope, was not a dream. I'm really here.
Nope.
Because
Right
of
now.
course you do. For the first few moments, for those of you that swallowed the communion wafers, everything seems fine. And then your stomach starts to rumble and gurgle.
Oh.
You can feel a rather violent reaction brewing in the pits of your stomach.
Oh, what was the
I back
expiration
away.
date on those?
And you have
I back away.
only
That was a
only a moment
really bad choice.
before it starts to say, yeah, that wasn't a good idea. And you may want to find some sort of receptacle. Because it's coming back up.
Run to the bathroom.
I run after her.
We both run to the bathroom.
Whoever reaches the toilet first, the other one has to use the bathtub.
And
Yep.
really bad.
Vomit.
idea.
Vomiting.
I'm going to get you two to roll a d10 for me, each. Whoever gets the higher number is the one that makes it to the toilet.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you can
Okay.
always use a shower. Or the sink.
Oh.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, damn, I got a 6.
Renee,
Yeah, baby!
you make it to the toilet just a moment before D does, forcing D to divert towards the tub. And a most violent reaction, if you hadn't gotten here in time, probably would have given the room a new color of wallpaper.
What color?
Pink.
A pink or a red, take your pick.
Oof. This is reminding me of that one scene from What We Do in the Shadows, the first film.
Shh. No. No. You don't talk about that. While this is happening, Val is going to walk up and grab those communion wafer bags, just snatch it out of her hands, march to the bathroom or to the nearest garbage can and throw it in there.
Rude. So rude. And then Alorah's gonna be in a huff and go and find her clothes because, yeah, clothes. And she's gonna distract herself getting dressed while listening to everything that she's pretty sure she just caused but doesn't want to take the blame for.
How long are we sick?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all just threw up your last meal.
Oh, shit.
Ah, fuck.
Or at least part of it. Which means, for this, you each are taking another point on your hunger track.
Oh, I started off with 2, didn't I?
Puts you at 3.
Yep. Yep, it does.
So you hear knocking at the door.
Creak it open.
Good evening.
Bonsoir.
How are things this evening? I was hoping you were awake by now. I mean, the sun has set.
Not as good as we would hope to be. There's been a problem.
You're not even out of the room yet. Dare I ask?
Father Doug just hears 2 ladies vomiting in the background.
Some of us forgot, I suppose, that we are no longer able to eat solid food. And another one of us decided to apprehend some of your goodies.
From behind his oval glasses, his blue eyes just kind of stare at you. His kind of windswept hair just hanging there for a moment. A rugged complexion. His hair brown and whatnot. And you can almost see a smirk pulling at the corner of his mouth. And what did they take?
I believe communion wafers.
You just see his eyes go wide for a sec. What bag did they take?
Val's going to open the door, walk to the garbage can, pick it out of the garbage can, and give it to him.
He just, his face falls lax for a second. Looks like you're just getting like really disappointed dad vibes from this guy for a moment. As he looks at the bag in your hand, he walks into the room and over to the bathroom door, pokes his head through. You had to have taken the blessed ones.
We didn't know.
Bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Kitty Cat had them first.
Did you just... never mind. You're cleaning up the mess in the bathroom.
Yeah. Fair.
When I came down here, it was to tell you all. He actually pulls his head back out from the bathroom door, looks around at the others in the room, the other 2 of you. I have some information from my diggings that might prove useful. And I have a few options for you as well. However, you'll need to come and see me when you're ready this evening. He just kind of grabs the bag of communion wafers from Val's hand, holding it by a corner. You have unholied my holy wafers.
So,
I'm really sorry, Father.
Alora's sitting on her bed, now dressed, holding Penelope too, and she is just rolling at all of this. She only half heard what Dougie said because it was just so funny to see his reaction.
When you are ready, I will be in my office.
I believe some refreshments will probably be in order.
They will be made available for you when you get to my office. And over his shoulder, he just kind of turns his head back. Next time, stay out of the wafers. And he walks out of the room, shuts the door behind him, and leaves you all to your own devices.
I'm gonna yell after him. Yes, Daddy. I mean, Father.
You hear what appear to be boxes rustling, almost as if somebody walked straight into them because they were distracted in the storage room that lies beyond. And a moment later, you can faintly hear footsteps going back upstairs.
Poor Daddy.
Your daddy.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is this directly after the night that we wake up, or has it been a few
No.
days?
How many days have passed since our last session?
About a week?
There's your
Oh,
answer.
right. Okay. Okay.
We're running real time.
Oh shit.
Which makes this all that much more hilarious. Because there are some things y'all should have fucking learned.
No. No.
We had a moment of weakness.
But this leaves you to your own devices, against my better judgment. What are the lot of you doing? With the exception
How long does it take?
With the exception
How
of our
long-
new edition.
How long does it take for Renee and I to be sick and get over being sick?
Just a couple of minutes. It's only a couple of minutes.
Cool.
Good.
I just lay on the floor, looking up at like the ceiling tiles, just like, I don't ever want to do that again.
I'm
I've
just
learned-
like, go ahead.
I've learned my lesson.
And I'm just leaning over like the whole the
Tub.
wall of the bathtub, just half in the tub, and then I'm gonna get up and start. The shower head, is it detachable or just screwed
No,
on
it's
there?
not. It's
Oh,
screwed
okay.
in.
Damn it. So I'm gonna do my best to turn on that shower and start rinsing off the tub. And I'm going to find some sort of bucket in the bathroom or something like that to try to do a bucket cleaning of the bathroom.
I'm gonna be rolling on the bed laughing until they come out of the bathroom.
Is there like a rag or like the really cheap toilet brush that I could like also like start cleaning with in there?
There is a toilet brush down beside the toilet, yes, and you also
Okay,
happen
cool.
to find a rag.
Okay, cool.
It takes you
So now we're-
probably about 10 to 20 minutes to clean
Working
up the mess
together?
all together. Working together.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
I would otherwise just like let you lay there for like the duration of me getting the bathtub. So that way you could get your bearings.
So,
Is there a mirror in this bathroom?
let's find out. One moment while I grab a percentile dice.
Ooh.
Let's build the room.
I like this.
Because I do enjoy my percentile dice.
When you were talking about rolling, my brain immediately went to don't grab the wrong dice.
There is.
Oh.
It's hanging over
Cool.
the sink.
So, I guess when we're finishing up getting just all of our vomit off of the entirety of this poor bathroom, like washing my hands and just looking up into the mirror, hating that my eyes are red, but then move on because there's still more to clean apparently. How did we get vomit on the ceiling?
Oh shit.
How did we get vomit all the way up there?
I guess we're just projectile vomiters now. We
Splash
really
back.
should never eat real food again.
Vampirism for the win, am I right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm.
And then out of the corner, 2 clean towels get chucked at your heads. Here, you will need these.
Hi,
Hopefully
girl.
you've learned your lesson now. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Val.
Having managed to clean up the mess, it takes you a bit, but you do manage to clean up the mess, you do manage to get yourselves clean. And with that lesson having been learned, we find you hopefully ready now to start your evening. You find yourself sitting in Father Douglas's office. One moment.
My character would probably be having a slight headache from the hunger. She's pushing through it, though. For some
I'm
reason.
looking around to see if anyone's looking at me because
Oh,
I'm probably going to try something again.
Oh, I'm looking at you. I'm glaring at you. I am standing right behind you, arms crossed, like don't you fucking dare. Don't you dare.
So, Father Douglas's office, again, has the desk and the couch that you're all familiar with. There's bags of blood waiting on the desk as you walk in. There's a bookshelf, cabinets above his desk. The desk itself looks to be almost antique in nature, like it's been around for a while. It has a rather polished surface that gleams under the light. Standing roughly about 5 feet, situated in the center of the room, it almost looks like it's taking up a good chunk of the room. And it faces the door that you walk in. On the desk, there is a large blotter made of high-quality leather that covers most of the surface. It's been well used with ink stains and scuff marks visible. And on this blotter, there are several items, including a pen and a letter opener of some sort of gleaming metal. To the left of the blotter, there's a brass lamp with a green glass shade, providing ample illumination for this desk. Apparently, he loves his aesthetics. Who would have thought? To the right of the blotter, there is a small wooden box with a carved cross on its lid. In the center of the desk, there is a cross, again made of a gleaming metal of unknown origin, with a rather intricate design on it which reflects light beautifully. At first glance, it appears to be quite ornate and could very well be quite old. That being said, you can tell it has been meticulously cared for. To the left of the cross, there is a stack of papers neatly organized into a pile. They seem to be, at first glance, mostly correspondence, though you probably shouldn't be looking, and they have a few official-looking documents on the top. There's also a book lying there, bound in dark leather, lying on its side on top of the papers. There's no actual title that you can see on the book, but it does bear a symbol that looks rather ornate and elaborate. To the right of the cross, there's a small silver clock with a face made of white enamel. It ticks quietly, keeping time with the steady rhythm of the office. His bookshelf appears large and imposing. It's made of dark wood, standing roughly about 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide, and it dominates one entire wall of the room. The shelves are evenly spaced and are lined with books and other items arranged in a neat and orderly fashion. At the top, the first shelf is filled with what appear to be books of theology and religious philosophy. There are copies of the Bible, both in English and in Latin, as well as works by scholars such as St. Thomas Aquinas, St. Augustine, and John Henry Newman. There are also several volumes on comparative religion, including works on Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam. The second shelf contains books on what appears to be history and philosophy, including ancient Greek and Roman texts, as well as works by modern philosophers such as Kant and Nietzsche. There are also several other biographies of famous figures, such as, from what you can see, St. Francis of Assisi, Joan of Arc, and Martin Luther. The third shelf is devoted to literature and poetry, and includes classic works of literature such as Shakespeare, Dante, and Milton, as well as more contemporary works such as T.S. Eliot, James Joyce, and Virginia Woolf. There are also several volumes of poetry by poets such as John Donne, Gerard Manley Hopkins, and T.S. Eliot. The fourth shelf contains books on science and medicine. volumes of biology, astronomy, and physics, history, art, and music. And there are also several volumes on the natural world, including field guides to birds and flowers. Apparently, Father Douglas has a rather wide and eclectic taste. You can also tell that he is very well read, that he probably knows a little bit about a lot of shit. The fifth and final shelf is dedicated to reference materials such as dictionaries, encyclopedias, and atlases, and there are also books on grammar and language, as well as guides to public speaking and rhetoric. You can tell he's probably also no stranger to having to give speeches in front of large crowds, aside from his pulpit ministry. Also on the shelves there are several items that provide a personal touch. There's framed photographs of family members, religious artifacts, such as a rosary and a crucifix. There's also several potted plants that add a touch of greenery to the room. There also happens to be a framed photo of... You're not quite sure, you can't make it out. But it seems to be a solitary figure. And it's almost like the photographer held the camera out of focus. Why he'd keep a picture like that, you don't know. But as you walk into his office, with these books, a bit of a clutter on his desk, he motions you to come in, offers you the blood bags, and motions for you to sit down. I take it you cleaned up everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I've done a bit of digging. He looks over at D. Some of the digging that I have found was about a legal assistant from the West Coast. Apparently, this legal assistant went missing just before her boss's body and her body were found.
Oh, shit.
The picture that I found to go along with it is you.
So I'm dead-ish.
They know
legally.
you're dead.
Oh, do we have that article by chance?
I don't have it printed out, but I will have it. I can have that printed out for you in relative short order.
Like, where in the West Coast, though?
I couldn't find specifics on that. That being said, I did find mention of it, a law firm. So I gave a call. I made a contact with a man called George. I think he said his name was.
Would that name ring a bell for me?
One moment. Roll me an insight. Or make me an insight roll.
Be right back.
No, sorry. Insight's not going to work for you because you don't actually have any dots in insight.
Nope.
Make me an intelligence roll, and don't forget to replace your regular dice with your hunger dice.
Yep. So, intelligence. Ooh. Because I am at hunger level 3, and my intelligence is at a 3, so...
Sure is.
Lovely. That's just great.
Why don't you have a bite to eat first?
I will. I get one of the blood bags, and I would have gotten one of the blood bags as he's talking and explaining things to me, and would have had that.
Yep. I'll allow you to remove one tick from your hunger boxes.
That's fine.
So you'll have 2 hunger dice and 1 regular dice.
Okay. Do. And do. Okay. Today's meal brought to you by Ruben. Okay. So, my normal dice is a 10. My 2 hunger dice, one is a 9, the other is an 8.
3 successes.
Oh.
They're named George. You're thinking for a moment as you're just kind of sipping back at this blood bag. Something starts to tickle your brain. Something about somebody saying, "Have a good evening?" You being the last one left. But you can't remember much other than that.
I think I remember a little bit about George.
Apparently he knows you. And when I inquired, he said it was a shame that nobody knew what happened to you before they found your body.
I think he was a
Go ahead.
coworker. I think he was a coworker.
I mentioned I was doing just a bit piece on you, and that I would have somebody in touch in short order to gather some background information. It might be prudent if you didn't tell him it was you. But I will give you his contact information.
Okay. Oh, boy.
On top of that, you what?
Wouldn't that still be kind of a problem since he knows I'm dead too?
Just because he knows you're dead doesn't mean that the sound of the voice coming through the phone is yours.
Fair.
I told him you were a little more partial to phone calls as opposed to video chat.
Yeah.
On top of that, I have also managed to make contact with someone who might be able to get you a handful of refurbished smartphones.
Yes.
Under the table.
Mm-hmm.
I have managed to make contact with a friend of mine at the University of Alberta Hospital. Her name is Eva Song. She is a medical professional there, and she might prove useful when it comes to medical supplies. But the catch is she's probably only going to be able to meet with 1 or 2 of you, not all of you.
I look to Renee.
And, as an added suggestion, I would also highly suggest getting to know the area that you are currently in as well.
Yeah.
And getting to know your surroundings.
I volunteer for that.
Pardon?
I volunteer for that. Let me in public.
I think everyone is just looking at the cat.
You may want to get to know your surroundings. I would also encourage you to reach out and start trying to connect with people, make contacts, and get yourself some resources. I'm still looking for certain things for you guys, but that's what I found out thus far. That's what I have for you thus far. What you choose to do this evening, well, that's up to you.
So Alorah is gonna look at Dougie. So we still don't know who I am, and I have no name other than Kitty.
And I'm working on that, but having it relatively little to go on, unfortunately, you might appreciate that that's a little hard to figure out. I am still sifting through articles and news clippings, stories of maybe untimely deaths. I haven't quite discovered anything just yet. That being said, why don't you pick out a name for yourself that you would like people to call you in the meantime?
In trying to remember George, did George call me by name at all?
You can't remember.
Father Douglas,
Hmm.
was there anything about the other individual whose body was found with mine?
All we know is that it was apparently your boss, also a full partner in the law firm.
But no names were given out.
He did mention just D.
D.
That was it.
I wonder where about the West Coast then. You said you had the number for me, yeah?
I do.
Okay. Did George say when a good time to call him was?
Early evening. That
Okay,
might not
so-
work for you. I told him we're pretty busy here and that we'd get around to calling you when we could. I told him we'd try not to call too late, but couldn't guarantee it.
I mean, worst case scenario, I could just leave a voicemail.
This is also an option.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it's up to you if you wish to contact him. It's just an option for you.
Yeah. Just, I don't really know what I would say at the moment, so what I would say would have to be something I think about.
Fair enough. While you're figuring... Go ahead.
Especially since I still don't know who I am yet.
Fair enough. While you're all figuring that out, which do you think would be your course of action for the night? He looks around at the group, one by one.
I may want to go for a walk.
You may want to go for a
if
walk.
that is permitted.
You're not a prisoner here. You can go for a walk all you wish. I told you that last week when you came in.
I had been thinking the same thing, though I'm aware that despite my memory loss, there are things that I don't know here, and I would prefer to have somebody familiar with this age so as to so I don't get myself in trouble.
Unfortunately, I have a lot of work that needs to be done tonight. I can't come with you. Another night I might be able to, but that is not going to be tonight, unfortunately.
No, I just meant that if one of the girls who seem to be more comfortable here are going, then I could go with them if that's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going.
Oh, I'm so going.
We need to get you something to hide this.
We need to get you a hoodie.
Yeah.
I've been working on it. It's not my fault.
Or
Wouldn't
we
a
could
cloak be best? Are those not popular anymore?
so
There-
cloaks, for some certain people.
I may have a solution. There are those these days who use ears as everyday wear, like fake ears as everyday wear.
Like cosplay.
They wear them out to the store, wear them out to school, wear them to their jobs in some cases, depending on kind of what you've got for a job. But it wouldn't be seen as too far out of the ordinary for somebody to be wearing something like that. Just don't let anybody touch them or get close enough to actually examine them.
Yeah.
Question. Is that the same for the tail?
Yeah.
Actually, yes. Again, not too far out of the ordinary until you can learn to manage those features.
Okay.
Just try to keep them as stiff as possible.
Well, I mean, it's... if you're standing still, yes, but if you're out walking around, there's going to be some natural bounce and sway.
Yeah, but there's still she's still got to maintain a slight stiffness to make it believable that they could be fake.
Okay, so don't purposely hit anyone with my tail.
Yes.
Got it.
Correct.
Not unless you like put your tail in your hand first and then thwack someone with it.
Correct.
Pretend it's fake.
Yes.
Got it.
Also, Father, may I borrow some of your medical books when we get back?
I would be more than pleased. Just make sure I get them back in one piece.
Yes.
And try not to throw up all over them.
I deserve that one.
Yeah.
That one, that was a valid one. That was a valid one.
Oh, DM, out of character question. When you were describing the room, you did point out history books, didn't you?
I did.
Okay. I will ask then, like Renee, when it comes to borrowing books, some of the history books you got over here?
What about them?
Would it be all right if I borrowed a couple of them so that way I can also learn up about some of the history of this area?
Absolutely, I would be more than happy. Again, don't throw up all over them.
Yeah, you got it.
And make sure I get them back in one piece. Remind me at the end of the evening, remind me kind of before you go to bed, and I will make sure you get them, or I'll leave them outside the door for you when you're done your wanderings for this evening.
Sweet.
Just a note, I did drink my blood bag.
Yeah, you can remove
Neat.
You can remove a point off your hunger track.
Cool.
Yay!
Well, it sounds like you all have an idea of what you're going to be doing this evening, so I will leave you to it.
We are taking a walk.
At the risk of sounding cliche, you're going to be taking your cat for a walk.
I would laugh,
So many
but so Val is laughing her ass off.
Ladies, we take a walk.
So many things to do.
Oh god.
If you take a look in the Discord chat, the text chat, I have dropped an address for you. This is where you currently are. It is St. Joseph's Cathedral Basilica,
Ooh.
Ooh.
just outside of downtown Edmonton. Also happens to be the archdiocese for the city. So, it's all sorts of fancy on the inside. We're going to pause quickly for a bit of a break. We're going to hit up the BRB screen. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for those of you watching the episode. And we hope you've at least gotten a giggle out of something thus far, or at least somewhat enjoyed yourself. Stay tuned. I'm sure there's lots more of a shit show to come.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb. And I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. So instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything. I pop off with the new rock, electronic, blow the sonic roof up. I'm too honest when I take a few shots. They're too toxic, need to take the noose off. And you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You were not as tough as
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got hard. I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast, never change back. Calling out, I'll pay back, 'cause I'm great at that. Oh, you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
you were not as tough as
Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots, who are not as tough as me. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits, I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip, you choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
yeah. There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. Yo, so do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor. I've got my own issues, I need a comb to get through. Don't need to groan with you, just go get your own tissue.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
That's it, the end of the song. Next time you'll sing along. Trust me, there's nothing wrong. I just need to carry on, cause society's a myth put there to make you sit. Listen to what they give. Don't ask questions, shut your lid. Yeah, don't ask questions, shut your lid. I need to run away from this and go get off the grid. Feel like my brain is overloaded, man, I'm losing it. Don't let them tell you what to do, man, they don't know shit.
We're back. Hope you had a good break. As our group here is venturing out. No, 1 second. That's gonna bug the fuck out of me. I'm just gonna change lights. Fuck it. Fuck y'all. Oh god, that's harsh. And we're back. Hope you all had a good break, as our group here attempts to venture out and get an idea of their surroundings. Watch the typing.
Sorry.
For those of you that would like to follow along on the map, our group is currently based at St. Joseph's Cathedral Basilica, 10044 113th Street, Edmonton. Yes, this is a real place. And yes, you can follow along on Google Maps if you so wish.
We seem to be around downtown Edmonton.
Does anyone know anything about this place?
Nope.
I need to do it. Pretty sure even if we knew, we wouldn't remember, so.
So, you guys get ready to head out for the evening. And find yourselves just outside the front door of the church. So, where do you guys wish to go? Like, you're supposed to be getting used to this area, but where you go is up to you. And what
And
you do
guys,
at this point is up
right
to you.
or left?
Odds or
Left.
even? Odds, we go left. Evens, we go right.
Okay.
Do you actually have a dice on you?
No, but I could probably find one. Or just pick up a coin if there's one.
Does Dee actually have a dice on her?
No. Can't do that here. I know.
Oops.
Where would you guys like to go?
Shout. Who wants to go left? Raise your hand.
We made sure to bring the translator with us, right?
Yes. I
Okay.
have that.
Mad Val is actually doing fairly well with English lessons and is having enough practice through the father that she's able to communicate at this point without it.
Yes,
Which is
I would.
highly unusual considering how long it takes somebody to normally learn a language.
And
Yeah.
English is one of the hardest languages to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can I do a French accent? I can, but it's I had to work a long time to get rid of it, and so trying to put it back on is actually quite difficult. It's been trained out of me almost.
Oh, no.
We'll see how it goes.
Again, where would you guys like to go?
Left.
Left.
So you
Let's just start walking left.
Okay.
So, you guys are going to take us on an adventure. Are you heading down Jasper Ave, or are you heading down 113th Street?
Let me pull up this. So, we were going left, so that
Yeah,
would be going down Jasper Avenue.
the front door of the church lies on 113th Street. If you're going left, that assumes you're going straight down 113th. As a heads up,
Straight down 130.
Jasper Ave is one of the main drags of this city, at least for downtown.
Okay.
It is a lot easier to run into people there, but at the same time, there are prying eyes, shall we say?
Yeah, we can just start heading down 113th. Since we're going left.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to things, we're going to say that Alorah is staying behind at the moment on account of real-life emergency things. If she comes back, we'll pop her back in, but for right now, it's going to be the three of you. As you head down 113th Street, we're going to have to pretend that this map is all at night. Crossing one of the main intersections of the city, one of the main streets of the city, which is Jasper Ave, takes you down past a store called Max and into what appears to be a residential district. A residential area.
Convenience store.
Also down past 9 Cal, which is, I believe, a bar/restaurant in the city. And the trees are kind of sparse. There's, piles of snow every so often. The ground seems to be coated white. Every so often you do happen to cross somebody or walk past somebody just out for a bit of a night stroll as their evenings wrap up. The hum of the city slowly starting to die down. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Pretty quiet part of town.
For this area, yes.
You think this is quiet? Val looks at you like shocked, because to her this feels insanely overwhelming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you probably, where you came from, there wasn't a whole lot of people. Yeah.
Memory is faint. It's not so much people, it's... And she just kind of looks at around her at the buildings and everything else. It's just like...
Yeah. The human population kind of more than doubled since your time. And so contractors just kind of had to accommodate. Construction had to accommodate for the influx of population growth.
I see. As she's like staring up the big, like there's a big like high-rise apartment there on the left.
Yeah.
She's just like, there's something uncomfortable about everything. Obviously, memory is an issue, but she's getting different vibes that this is wrong.
The whole claustrophobia of being in a town or city. Yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, I'm fairly certain if we go outside of city limits and towards some of the rural areas, if there are any, it'll get more sparse and the buildings would get smaller.
I would have to get used to all this eventually. It's really up to all of you. You know the time and place better than I do.
I mean, yeah, ish.
Time, yes. Place, no.
No. I'm apparently from the West Coast.
As you're walking down past the Max, down 113th Street, on either side of you there are rather large parking lots. Not large, sorry, medium-sized parking lots, enough to house cars for like apartment buildings and whatnot, outdoor parkings for shops and stuff. You hear a bit of a scuffling coming from an area to your right side, or to your left side. Almost appears to be down one of the back alleys.
I think I went the wrong way on the map.
Towards 114th Street.
I
Just
thought
down
we were
behind the
going
Circle K
left.
/ Max.
Oh, I thought we had gone down further. Whoops.
Because didn't they say they wanted to go left? Originally?
Left would have been down 113th Street.
Yeah.
Crossing Jasper, down 113th Street. You're looking at the front door. Left would have been basically north.
So just behind the Max.
Yes.
Okay. The little convenience store across the street from the church.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, and there's a parking. There's like a little parking lot.
Yeah, no,
right
I went the wrong way.
It's all good. I went way far down.
There appears to be a bit of a scuffling sound coming from one of the... Well, somewhere's around one of the parking lots, almost down one of the back alleys.
You guys hear that?
Yeah. I crane my neck in the direction.
What is that?
I don't know.
Can I tell what kind of scuffling it is? Like, is it like feet? Is it animal, mineral?
Roll me an insight if you have dice on that. Don't forget your hunger dice if you have any.
Nope, I am good. I'm just counting. So, 10, a 7, that's a 9, and a 2.
I don't know if, was the 2 a hunger dice or a regular dice?
Regular. I don't have any younger dice.
You don't have any hunger spots on your track?
Nope.
Okay. It sounds like feet. A couple of pairs of feet, actually. Almost as if they're moving, trying not to make any sound.
Sorry, did you say a pair of feet or pairs of feet?
A couple of pairs. There's enough noise that it's more than one. It sounds like it might be a couple of people trying not to make noise.
It seems we have some people trying to quietly get by us and failing.
Okay. I don't know why, but
Which direction, left or right, for the feet?
Down behind the tall building, marked Starlife Beauty Salon.
here we go. Oh, there is a carport right there.
You also
Lovely.
hear a rather stifled gasp, almost as if somebody's scream was cut off before it started.
Oh.
Either that or something a little more exciting.
I want to go check it out.
I kind of get my phone out and start reading or at least start trying to look up the number for like emergency services just in case.
Can I start just like sneaking over there just to like slowly to try to see what I can see? Sneaking over there.
Absolutely. 1 second, please, as I pull up some information. You're gonna roll me. I'm gonna make a dexterity roll. And
Anybody
So-
that was trying to sneak to see? does that?
Because Renee does not have any points in stealth.
So one for dexterity and then 2 for hunger, or just 1 for
You're-
dexterity.
So you're going to replace your dexterity roll with a hunger dice.
Oh, jeez.
You get
Yeah,
one hunger dice to roll.
Okay.
And I have 2 hunger dice to roll.
Oh crap! I got 2.
So that's a fail.
Crap.
I have a 7 and a 6.
Those are both successes. Renee, my dear, you are trying your best to stay as quiet as you can, and you think you're doing a fairly good job. That those tendrils that are currently sneaking their way through your brain. I mean, you embraced it last time, and you start to get vivid flashes of memory almost. Of a man in a back alley, puffing on a cigarette. There's a bit of a conversation had. You can't quite make out what was talked about. And cold, predatory mood overtakes you. And you vividly recall breaking his clavicle as you attempted to bite into his shoulder, before pulling yourself back out. And suddenly, you can't help but remember how tasty that was.
Oh no. I'm poking Renee.
Do we notice that Renee's gone weird?
Renee hasn't reacted yet. It just flashes of
flash.
memory. Come on. Just a taste. Surely whatever's going on can't be that bad.
Stubbornly, I don't want to give in to this voice. I think we're gonna check it out anyway. Definitely not listening to you, but gonna check it out anyway.
And that's roughly about the time that the scent of blood hits your nose. Somebody's opened a wound.
Oh, do we all smell blood?
You would. I'm going to get Renee to roll me a rouse check, as well as the other 2 of you as well.
I got an 8.
You succeed in not obtaining another dot in hunger.
I got a 9.
Congratulations, success.
We're not hungry. Yay!
Val, what did you roll?
2.
That is a fail. You can put a hunger dot on your track, and you smell something really delicious wafting through the air.
Yum.
Well, now we definitely gotta go check out what the heck is going on.
Yeah. Shit. And I'm like trying to look for. Do I end up finding the emergency number for this area?
The emergency number in the phone is not programmed in.
Ah,
Well, but like doing like am I able to like connect to like some sort of like data sourced internet and looking up. Okay, emergency services near me.
911 is what you're getting.
Okay, is 911 the phone number for Canadian emergencies?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because I don't know what it is. Because
Well-
I know 911 is for, like, out of character. I know it's for America, but I don't know what it's for in Canada.
So I can say out of character that yes, it is. In character, I mean, you don't know.
I have no concept of what that is.
Worst case scenario, I just go on a freaking call forwarding goose chase.
Come on. Just a taste. It's smelling really good, and I'm a bit hungry. Keep me sated. You're not really going to have much to worry about. Just this pressure, almost. Your throat's starting to feel really dry.
Who's that voice talking to?
Renee.
All of us.
Mad Val. Is it snack time yet? I'm tired of waiting. As these tendrils start to wrap around your brain. As these tendrils start to wrap around your brain.
Do I see the scene, or I just like smell in here?
I'm just smelling here at the moment.
It is awfully tempting. I feel like I need to know the whole tableau.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Are you guys moving closer?
Yes.
Yes.
We might need to get an ambulance.
As you move closer to whatever scene is unfolding, you do happen to see two figures standing in the back alleyway. One of them is kind of leaning up against a wall. The other one... Rose, why don't you describe what you look like?
So she is a average height woman with dark brunette hair that's half up, half down, and what is down is very vibrant, very full. And she, if you'd seen her on the street, there's nothing noticeable about her. But standing there, you can tell there's something different. That she doesn't play with anything unless she wants to.
Matter of fact, she seems to be toying with somebody. Just opening up small cuts. Here and there. Not enough to cause massive amounts of pain, but in the right circumstance might be considered quite pleasurable.
Is there a lot of lighting, or is everything casting a lot of shadows? How well can you see?
You're in an area right now that is being cast in a lot of shadows.
I'm just gonna whisper to the other two with me. Is that another one like us?
Val's just gonna reach over and go, "Shh. I want to see."
Like, yeah.
Perhaps she'll share if you ask nicely.
So out of character, do I notice them?
What do you have in the way of insight? Let me take a look here. Not insight, sorry. We don't have perception on here or anything like that.
Nope.
No.
Make me an investigation roll, please.
Okay. Dumb question. I wasn't here for this. Oh, how many am I rolling? 1, 2.
Okay, so the amount of dots that you have in each skill determine how many
Nice.
dice you get.
Okay.
So you're going to roll
Perfect.
3d10s. When you roll your dice, a 6 or above is considered a success. Anything under a 6 is
Wow.
considered a fail, first and foremost. Each pair of 10s is considered a critical success. Each one is considered a critical fail.
So 2 6s and a 4.
So that's 1 fail and 2 6s, and 2 successes. You do happen to notice these other 3 individuals just standing there, watching you. 2 of them seem really interested. The other one's got a phone in their hand and seems to be trying to get the attention of the other 2.
Without turning around, she merely makes another cut and murmurs, I don't share nicely, so that phone better be put away. Elsewise, it's going to go somewhere you don't want it to go. She makes another cut.
I turn off the phone and slowly put it away.
You play well. I like this. She makes another cut without turning around and says, What do you want?
You hear a muted moan coming from the one that's cut ever so slightly.
God. Okay. She just looks up at him and says, or the one who's being cut, just shh. We're busy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. I resume my question. What do you want?
Well, we're new to. I'm just going to. How do I ask this?
State the question. Nothing wrong with the
Kindred?
question.
Oh, just stop this pussyfooting around already, Renee. Come on. I'm hungry.
Kindred? Charm ring a bell.
Who?
Val is kind of huffs, and again on D, and just kind of like tells her to like zip it.
Out of character, Kindred is another term for vampire in this game. Kindred is a name you would recognize.
Right. Oh, I like you. The chatty one, not so much. Kindred? I suppose you could say so.
We're merely new to the area and happened to come across your beautiful dinner table and just had to look.
Look or join. There is a difference, you know.
It would be rude to assume.
White. And she looks back at the one who is dinner. I don't think he's enough for 3. But
You just hear him give out a bit of a bit of a whimper. He looks back at you, but not enough to actually meet your eyes.
Maybe we could find some more. Might be fun. She turns around, dragging her finger in one of the cuts and licking it in front of you and says,
I I might know where.
Oh. Oh, now you want to play. Oh, lad. And you see this look of pure delight come over her face. And then she turns back to the three. Are you in for fun?
Always.
Definitely.
Hmm. No phones. I
No
don't
phone.
do phones.
That's
I've-
fine.
I've never even owned one.
Excellent. And she turns back to the one in question. You said you knew things.
I know where you can get others.
Hmm. Truly. Lead on.
And with that, the one that you've been toying with reaches into his pocket and pulls out a set of keys. Heads to the back door of this rather large apartment building and opens the door, holding it open for you and leading the way up one of the elevators. To one of the elevators. A few moments later, you guys find yourself standing outside of an apartment door. Fumbling around with his keys for a moment, he finally manages to get them in the lock. The door swings open, and he motions for you all to move inside, which I believe presents an issue for one of you because nothing verbally has been stated yet.
So everyone has gone in already at this point?
As they move into the apartment,
Yeah.
And for some reason, I cannot pass the door frame.
Yo, you alright?
What?
Val's just going to give a little. No, it seems our friend is
Oh.
stuck.
New. I forget. She turns around and almost casually gestures and come in.
it has to be the one.
This is annoying.
Has to be the one who owns the place. But yes, please, come in.
That is a thing? Oh, that sucks. Especially for you. Oh.
Which is interesting because you two didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I was mystified by the elevator thing, but doors don't seem to impede me.
As you mosey on into the apartment, he shuts the door. And he knocks. He just kind of motions into the living room for you guys to sit down. It's a sparsely decorated living room. Heads down one of the halls and knocks on one of the doors. And a moment later, you hear him knock on another door. And he comes back with 3 others in tow. My roommates.
Well then. This is fun. She turns and looks at the other 3. How new are you?
One of them speaks up. One with red hair, I think. Give me 1 second to check my description. Do-do-do-do-do. That's not what I want.
Wait, were you asking us that, or were you asking the roommates that?
It works. It was intended for you 3, but
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I got turned around.
it's all good.
Do we have a description of the other roommates who've come into the room now?
Yes, I can get you a description. The first one.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Appears to be a tall, statuesque woman with a fairly athletic build to her. Long, flowing black hair that she has, at the moment, tied up in a ponytail. Her face sports sharp, angular features that are accentuated by piercing green eyes and absolutely full lips. She's wearing a black dress shirt, fairly tight jeans, and a pair of, oddly enough, cowboy boots. Seem really out of place on her. Can't say much for her style, per se. Running down her left arm appears to be a rather large, tribal-esque tattoo, and above her right eyebrow she sports a scar. The second one is a short, wiry man with a rather scrappy appearance. Shaved head, thick beard that is fairly well trimmed, with a narrow, angular face and a sharp nose and small eyes. Wearing a black hoodie, jeans, and a pair of sneakers. He has a tattoo of a skull on his neck that you can see, and a faint scar on his left cheek. And the third is a medium-height woman with a fairly curvy figure. She has long, curly blonde hair that she's wearing currently loose around her shoulders. Her face is fairly heart-shaped with full lips and bright blue eyes. She is currently dressed in a flowing floral dress and sandals. Small tattoo of a rose on her right ankle that you can see, and a birthmark on her left cheek.
And as for how new we are, well, that's a
Yes.
complicated question.
And any of these fine people, just ask.
Like, is
The one in the dress speaks up. If you're worried about us, don't be. We know what you are, I suppose would be the right words here. We're not new to this. You're more intriguing to us at the moment.
So you offer yourselves willingly, then?
For proper compensation and sometimes protection, yes.
I see. And the compensation sought tonight?
You said the concept of new. You said the concept of new was complicated. Explain.
Some of us have had, shall we say, a rather long nap. And it takes a little bit to get your mind all there.
You've been sleeping.
You could say that.
Just... We tend to find ourselves involved with unsavory characters from time to time. If you can help us with a few of our problems from time to time, we'd be willing donors, so long as you don't kill us. That'll be payment enough for us.
seems fair.
You just see the other three kind of nodding in agreement.
Can I tell that they're genuine? Are they being honest?
You are welcome to roll me an insight check. Rose, the one that you were playing with just kind of looks at you and you see a smirk on his face. And they said you were supposed to be the predator. I was the one hunting tonight.
Oh, goody. We get to have more fun later. There's versions of Predator you haven't even met.
You just see his knees tremble a little bit. And this dreamy expression kind of crosses his face. Really fucking twisted for a human.
Oh, you'll be so fun later. And she looks at the other, I guess, vampires? Or is it Kindred?
Kindred
Kindred
vampires,
is
pick
easier.
one.
Okay,
Interchangeable
Kindred.
terms.
Excellent. She looks at the other, Kindred. Are you up for playing? And raises an eyebrow.
So my rolls? A 10, a 7, a 6, and a 2.
3 successes, 1 fail. They're genuine. As far as you can tell.
Your offer does seem awfully interesting. I feel like... What is the expression? I need to stretch my legs. Yes? No?
Maybe.
As long as one stretching one's legs does not danger the rest of us.
Then we are in agreement. Val's going to look to Renee and Dee. She speaks for herself, not for you.
I mean, Renee, how hungry are you?
Oh, I'm fucking starving.
Say, but we gotta be careful. This is kind of our first time doing people.
If I remember correctly, the last time I did people...
He just looks at you like, the fuck?
Generally... unscathed. Scathed, but not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to blabber on? You just hear that voice in the back of your head again. Or are we going to eat?
Hold on.
What are we holding on for a second for?
Goes up to the third person you described. And you said...
The one with the dress?
Yes.
Yep.
Just goes up to her, makes like just like keeps looking in her eyes, just like preparing like mentally for this moment. Then just like asks her, "Are you ready?"
I've been waiting for a while.
As gently as vampirically possible, just wraps arms around this person, gives like 3 little kisses and like a nudge into the neck.
Her neck, her head tilts to the side almost automatically. Like she's done this 1,000 times before.
Just gives like the gentlest hand on the back of the head to secure that reach, takes a bite, and painfully slowly, but slowly, to try to not kill this person, starts drink consuming their blood.
The moment that blood hits your tongue, it's like ecstasy, like one of the greatest things you've ever tasted. Far cry from those plastic bags you've been feeding out of for the last few days at the church. It's like the difference between having an ice-cold hamburger the day after and having a freshly prepared one. Hot
From a
off the
Michelin-
grill.
From a
Toasted
go
bun
ahead.
slathered in butter with all the fixins.
From a Michelin 5-star restaurant.
Yes, we'll go with that.
Fuck.
For the other two of you,
I'll go for the bearded man with the skull tattoo on his neck. How short is he again?
he's fairly short.
Is he shorter than 5'6"?
We'll say yes.
Okay.
He just kind of looks up at you as you approach him.
Hello.
He nods.
Sorry. This is my first time doing this. So, is there any particular area that you prefer, or?
Not really. But then again, I've never really been asked that question before. Most of you don't bother to ask.
Really? Ah. Well, I am asking now.
Pick a spot. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Alternatively, if you'd like to go somewhere a little more private and make things a little more sensual, I'm sure we can arrange that too. Depends on your feeding style, I suppose.
I don't know what my feeding style is yet. I guess we're going to figure that out together. So, what Dee is going to do. This is even out of character. I am blanking. This is acronym. There's a lot.
Just picture the scene in your mind and paint that picture for me with words. I want to be able to sit here and see it, moment by moment.
So she's going to take this gentleman's hand and bring him to the couch to sit with him so that he's comfortable and whatnot.
The couch
And I'm going
actually
to-
seems fairly well worn. There's springs popping up in a couple of places they ought not to be. Almost like it's been well used and might actually be secondhand. But you do manage to find a spot.
Yeah, find a spot that's not, like, broken. Nah. But I'm going to be sitting on the side of him that is opposite of the side his neck tattoo is on, because I don't want to be biting into that. 1, ink. 2, I don't want to ruin that artwork. Whoever did that artwork, don't ruin it. Don't ruin the artwork. But I'm just going to make sure he's comfortable first. And
He seems a little taken aback that you're actually trying to make him comfortable.
have your other ones been more rough with you, or just not as...
Most just take what they want, when they want, and how they want. They don't really ask.
But that doesn't seem fair to you.
When have kindred, or when have vampires ever cared about what's fair to humans? Do you ask a cow what's fair to it before you eat it?
I've never been in that situation where I had to kill a cow. I don't think. I don't
That
remember.
you can remember.
I can remember. I don't remember if I've ever had to kill a cow, but I can say for certain that for you as a human, that I am sorry that you have had to experience all of that bullshit?
He's not sure how to react to this, or at least he doesn't seem sure how to react to this. This isn't something... He's never really had somebody apologize to him before in this respect.
Oh, pain.
He looks at you kind of weird for a second. I appreciate the sentiment. But are you going to eat, or are you just going to make this weird?
I take his hand and I start to roll up his sleeve. And then, I don't know, I just kind of do a similar thing to what Renee did, to what I watched Renee do, but on his wrist.
A couple of well-placed kisses on his wrist. And then go ahead.
Before the bite, I kind of want to make this quick for him, so I just do the bite down, make it as quick as possible, so that way he doesn't have to feel the pain of the sharpness of my teeth for too long.
The moment your teeth puncture his skin, he shudders and just kind of...
I, too, am also going to be careful as to not drain him too quickly.
The moment that blood hits your tongue, once again, it's like a gourmet burger. Or, say, a freshly cooked steak hot off the grill. With garlic butter, seasoned just... mwah. The sight of garlic bread, maybe some well-seasoned fries.
And while I have his hand in his wrist on one hand as I'm drinking the blood, I'm gonna use my free hand and reach to the back of his head and just kind of run my claws through his hair.
He twitches. How are you positioned?
So he would probably be sitting on the couch, and I'd be on the side of him where his neck tattoo is not. So I'm just kind of sitting on the couch. You know how you're kind of sitting in a side position?
Yep.
On the couch. I'm like that with his, while he is leaning back into the couch.
So the moment you reach around to start running your nails through his hair,
mm-hmm.
You can definitely smell the scent of arousal on him. And we're going to cut to Mad Val.
Val has been observing, pleasantly so. She doesn't feel rushed. She's enjoying taking in everybody's reactions. She's studying everybody's movements.
It's almost
kind of
like
had
dance. Almost like a ballet that you've seen before, you just can't remember where. Everybody's got kind of an orchestrated set of movements they're doing.
Yeah, and and she'd already had her eye on the tall one with the arm tattoo, so she's pleased that she didn't have to intervene for that. And so once she sees that the others are well occupied and everything's just sort of a nice, relaxed, low hum in the room, she's finally going to make her way to the other girl and slowly start to just walk around her, inspect her. And after her first full rotation around her, she's going to just carefully put her hand on the forearm that's tattooed and trace it with her fingers.
She shivers.
What's your name?
Victoria, ma'am.
Do you have more of these?
The tattoos?
Yes.
A good portion of my body's covered in them.
Really? I would like to see them.
Perhaps someplace a little more private?
But I like it here.
As
Charisma?
she's like stumbling over her words. She doesn't really know what to say at this point.
Well, we can go for seduction or charisma. Which one do you want me to do?
Roll me a seduction. We'll do a seduction.
Well, we'll see.
I love this. Dear God.
How is our guest doing with seeing all this happen?
Oh,
Oh, baby.
I was to say, ask me after session.
You
I
guys.
have more stories to tell later.
Ooh.
What'd you get?
So we have 3 10s, 2 9s, and a 3.
Fuck!
Sorry, 3 10s, 2 9s.
And a 3.
She doesn't
Okay.
have as much tattoos as you hoped, but
So that's 5 successes right off the bat, and the pair of 10s gives you an extra 2 for a total of 7. Because you have a few more dice to play with than most.
Also, where are this girl's clothes now?
Not on her. It doesn't take her long before she's standing in front of you in her underwear. Her shirt seems to be unceremoniously landing on a chair, and her pants seem to have landed on Dee's head.
And again, meticulously slow, observing, studying all of this girl's tattoos. To her, all of this feels and sees, it's all very new and captivating and beautiful. So many different colors. Her tattoos are very different from her own. So,
as far as she is aware, you two are the only ones in the room. Her eyes are on you. She can't even register anyone else.
nice. That's when I'm going to move in. How tall did you say she was?
Let's say 6 feet.
And she's athletic. Death by snoo snoo. Death by snoo snoo.
Is there a chair or something nearby?
The one that her shirt landed on, yes.
Okay, I'm going to slowly guide her towards the chair and sit her down.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to sit on her lap, straddle her,
Mhm.
and lean her neck aside, brush through her hair, and finally move in for her bite right at the corner here where everything meets.
She's like putty in your hands. She is not resisting at all.
Yes.
And again, just like that 5-star Michelin restaurant meal, served fresh. The freshest ingredients you've ever had. And she shudders, and we're going to move over to Rose, as your plaything is still standing in the living room, staring at you. Well, watching you.
Knees
See?
shaking and everything.
Are you satisfied?
And she looks back at the other 3. Oh, beyond.
And I'm yours for the taking.
Oh, yes. But not out here. I don't play like that. Not all the times, anyway. And she crooks her finger and says, "This way."
And we're going to fade to black for a moment. And as we come back into our scene, The 8 of you somehow crammed into this sparsely decorated living room. It's been a few hours. Your 4 new compatriots, finds. Your 4 hosts have a bit of a dreamy look. None of you have managed to actually kill them, which is,
Yay.
great.
They need cookies and
So,
Gatorade now.
they've introduced themselves to you, or at least given you names. Val, you have Victoria. Who was it that had the man? D, yours is Marcus. Renee, you have Lydia. They are all just kind of hanging off your arms, one by one.
Sorry, did you say the name of mine again?
Victoria.
Okay, Marcus, let's get you some nourishments.
I'm gonna lead Marcus to the kitchen and see if there's any food that can be made for him.
I am also looking in the fridge for like Gatorade, Powerade, juice, cold water, like
They said they
anything in there.
Rose, yours is Elijah.
Ooh. What a lovely name.
There doesn't seem to be much in the way of juice or Gatorade or Powerade.
They said they'd done this before. You'd think
But
they would prepare themselves.
Elijah does pipe up. Check the cookie jar next to the fridge. There's a couple of 20s in there, and there's a corner store just down the street. If you're looking to grab something for us.
Yeah.
Wait, what time is it?
2 or 3 a.m., give or take.
Okay,
got
we have
time.
You have time.
we have time.
And this
Wait,
sort,
D, do I have any?
Does she?
Am I good?
we're gonna say you've managed to wash up.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey! High five.
Woo!
Walking into
Almost
the
this time.
walking into the Circle K, just drenched in blood. Like, no worries, nothing to see here.
I've
You
done it
guys got
before.
any
I'll
wet
do it
naps?
again.
Before you leave, Rose says, "Oh, we can do better than that," and grabs an envelope from her jacket that's on a chair and hands it to. I don't know your names.
Renee, what's your name?
Rose hands it to Renee and says, "Don't spend it all in one place, but get them something better than just corner store."
Wasn't there a...
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
We are also new to the area. Is there any place other than the corner store that you would recommend,
Yeah, like a
suggest,
grocery store.
that
2 in the
is
morning?
open till 2 a.m.?
And she pauses. Start with the corner store. We'll work our way up to something else.
Okay.
Okay.
Val has finally wandered out of Victoria's room, where they have wandered off eventually at some point. You guys don't know when.
She is asleep on the bed, and she is very happy.
Yes, she is.
I'm gonna have to mark this 18 plus.
If you once you guys, oh man, out of character. Once you guys know who my fucking maker is, it's gonna all make sense.
Anyways, you wander out of the bedroom as this envelope is being passed over. We'll say it takes you about 20 minutes to find something suitable to bring back for these folks. Didn't take you long at all. Walk back in with your supplies.
We got food.
Put it down in the living room, and they all start eating and drinking, as it were.
I'll take a portion for the girl that's still asleep in the
Yep.
room.
One of them... Lydia. Kind of staring at you four quizzically. 3 of you are new
Mm-hmm.
to this place?
Yeah.
And you don't know much, it seems. What happened?
We know as much as you, honestly.
Belle is remaining strangely silent.
So, you're gonna need people to show you around, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Well, if you're as kind with us as has shown to have been tonight, I can only speak for myself, but I would not be opposed to making this a longer-term partnership, I guess. Again, in return for protection if we need it. It's been a while since we've been treated with decency like that by yours.
You said you guys have been doing this for a while?
Yes, but it's been a couple of years at this point.
Since you started or since your last time?
Since our last time.
Wow.
And we do get a bit of enjoyment out of it. But it's not a very good way to live.
Oh, real quick, out of character. For those of us that had hunger, do we get to take away hunger?
You will get to take away 1 block of hunger each. 1 dot of hunger each, yes.
Okay. I am still 1 dot in hunger, but that's not that bad anymore.
No dots.
If I wanted to do an insight on a person, because I don't have any dots in insight, would that just be a flat D10 or?
Do you have a perception?
No, perception's not on the sheet. I'd say either awareness or intelligence.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, there we go. So both are 3.
Your call.
Okay.
Don't forget your hunger dice.
Right. So I will do awareness.
They're back. I'm putting kids to bed.
Yep.
Just keep going without me.
And just make sure you mute yourself.
So normal is a 4, and then I have an 8, and then a 6.
2 successes. What are you trying to find out?
As I'm listening to this person tell us that while they've been doing this for a while, it's been a couple of years since their last time. I'm just trying to get a feel for any sort of little ticks that come up from them as to indicate what may have happened as to why they haven't done it for so long, or if they are bullshitting me.
Their body language indicates that they are extremely closed off about this subject. You don't necessarily manage to get any information in that respect, almost as if they don't want to talk about it.
And the fact that they keep mentioning that, like in my head, I'm thinking the fact that they keep mentioning how how not normal it is to be treated with as much decency as we've treated them tonight. It's like, fuck. Yeah, we're abused. Oh, shit. Is what's going on in my head right now. Because in my head, I'm starting to put the pieces together. Oh, they were abused by previous vampires.
Yep.
And the look on my face as which one was saying that they haven't done this in a while?
Lydia.
As Lydia is explaining this, for those watching the conversation between Lydia and Dee, you see Dee's face just have like this mix of what is that term? Not somber, but the kind that you would see on a person that is putting themselves in the other person's shoe for a moment.
Empathy,
yeah. That's the word I was looking for.
Okay.
You can see the empathy coming from Dee. She's not saying anything, but her facial expression and her body language shows that there is a lot of empathy that she is feeling for Lydia and possibly the others in this apartment.
Marcus and Victoria also just kind of chime in and say, we wouldn't have an issue with that either. We might actually be able to make ourselves more useful to you than we have in a lot of other cases to a lot of other people. We might be able to help you find things, give you kind of... we might be able to get you things. Some of us are better in certain areas than others, on top of being kind of a tour guide.
Okay. Are we talking like connecting to more people or getting certain items that are needed, or?
That'll depend on the situation at the time, I suppose.
That's fair.
And then they fall silent, and they just look at you for.
What's up? Renee, you got any input?
I think I would like to think about it and sleep on it. But I also would say that if this would be trade and situational, I would not mind that either. But my friends and I will need time to think about this, if you do not mind.
You can see kind of a disappointed look in Lydia's face, almost.
Hey, Renee, how much time did we want to think about this? To give them, and I tilt my head towards the humans, give them time to think as well.
Feeling about this?
While you're thinking on that, Renee, hey, Val,
Yeah.
What do you think of the proposition that these fan folk are offering us here?
I think it could be. She's still struggling to find some words sometimes. I agree, because it would be good, I think.
Mhm. Did we want to take time to think about it some more? Or just to be absolutely sure? Or I don't know if I was heard. Oh, okay. Val is just taking a moment to think.
Oh, no. Val says she's good.
Oh.
She agrees.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Sorry.
hear you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no. Did I say all that with my fucking mic off?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's okay. You're okay. You're okay.
Wait,
Yes, I agree. I think it's a good idea. They are close, they are willing, and they are appreciative.
if you and Val are in on it, then I am in on it.
Well, we still got one more person here. Rose, what are your thoughts on all this?
Oh, never look a willing human as if it is nothing. The only thing you really have to ask yourself is there anything or anyone that would be against this? And she raises an eyebrow. Any squeamishness? Anybody who would hold you back from making such a deal?
None that I can think of. What about you guys? And I looked at you, Val, and Renee.
I rule my own path.
Oh, fuck it. We're doing it. I'm in.
Well then, this should be fun. And she turns and looks at the humans and says, well, are you providing shelter and a guide, or are you just giving them access to you?
Right. Elijah speaks up. He takes a moment, looks at you, and then kind of speaks up. At the moment, we don't have the room as much as we would like to. Not to mention our house is... well, you don't mix well with windows during the day.
No.
Why? No. And
But we might know of a place. We might be able to tap in with some of our contacts, with some people that we know. And we might be able to find something. I'm assuming
And
an old abandoned property would be okay.
Maybe. Just as long as there's nothing on the abandoned property that would suggest that someone's in the process of obtaining said abandoned property.
Noted.
and the price for all of this generousness?
Again, our protection.
There.
We've been through a lot.
Yeah. You don't have to talk about it now if you're not comfortable. We all just met.
They say nothing.
Val's going to poke at D.
Mm.
Why don't you give him your... She points at your pocket at the phone.
Oh,
That way you can...
yeah. Hey, Marcus, you want to exchange numbers by chance? Or do you guys have phone numbers that I can just put in here? Contact you at a later point, or...
Marcus kind of frowns. Lydia's better with tech than I am, unfortunately. She'd be able to... If you're not sure what the number is, she can probably get it for you off that phone itself. But we would not be opposed to having a line of communication.
Yeah. Well, out of all of us, really, I'm the only one with the phone, so I guess I'm this group's Lydia.
So, again, just a couple of minutes fishing around on the phone, Lydia manages to drag up the phone number, and before long, the contact is in your phone, their contact is... your contact is in their phone, their contact is in your phone.
Mhm.
The four of you can add contacts to your background if you do not already have it. And you can each name your own respective people that you have.
Oh,
On the character sheet, if you click on the backgrounds spot,
yes, I have it. That, yeah.
do you already have one?
But no, I just have it listed as contacts.
So,
do you have any dots and contacts?
under your notes, just write contacts and then write the name of your person.
Gotcha.
We're gonna need pictures of our people.
I'll get those for you.
Okay. Yes.
Well,
So while this is happening, Val's going to look at Rose. I don't believe we've actually been properly introduced yet.
oh no, we've been having far too much fun. I'm Rose. I've been here a while. But it takes time to get set up.
Mad Val,
You? You
apparently.
seem like you know what you're doing.
It appears so. She's just going to lean back, relaxed, like she's unbothered.
Have we met before now?
It's possible. I mean, I do get the feeling that we're all well-traveled.
That's the best word I think I've heard for that particular description.
I'm doing an awareness hunt on Val.
Somebody likes rolling dice.
Okay, so normal is a 2, and then I got a 9, and then I got a 4.
2 fails and a success. What are you trying to be aware of?
How well versed in this shit of vampirism is Val, really?
If Val had any inkling... If anybody in the party had any inkling of what they were doing, Val's gonna have it.
She has she's aware that she doesn't know a lot of the surface level stuff around her, so she's going purely by trusting her gut. It's all intuition right now. And so far, because it's worked for her, she's going to keep doing that.
Okay.
With that, and you guys having made these contacts, you guys having taken part in whatever this was,
We shared a meal.
a fleeting moment, we'll call it. You all walk away with what appear to me very potentially promising partnerships.
Hey, Rose, do you have a phone number?
Dee would like to know, Rose, if you have a phone number.
Sorry, you didn't understand.
Sorry.
I told you, no phone.
Right.
Is there a place where I can find you again?
The church.
Which one? There are many.
Really?
The name of your church, Daylight Approaches.
Right.
Snap, snap.
Oh!
Trying to remember and then like completely blanking out.
Hold on. Frack it down.
Perhaps if one cannot find the name in one's memory, maybe one should just take me there, and then we can proceed.
Yes, that will be easier. I feel like if for some reason for me it takes me a couple times going to and from a same place a few times just to remember shit. Come on.
And as the night kind of wanes on, you guys having made these connections, you make your way back to the church. The building itself is empty. As you make your way in, it is St. Joseph's. 1 second. Was it Basilica Cathedral, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cathedral Basilica.
Yeah. And Indeed just points to that one.
This is something I know. I shall find you here again. Won't be long, I trust.
Do you happen to know Father, the father here?
Only a name.
I know many people, but not like that.
Okay then.
It was a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes.
And Val just floats away.
Thanks for showing us around a little bit. Hopefully we can do this again sometime.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's better to have a real meal every now and then.
Yeah.
And with that, she just walks down the street.
Bye, Rose.
As you three make your way back into the cathedral, down into your room, the church itself is empty. You can feel the pullings of dawn starting to get to you. And curled up in the bed, in one of the beds, is Alorah.
We should see about getting her someone.
I'm tucking her in. I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
She's curled.
I'm sorry, she's too damn cute.
I know.
Curled up around Penelope too.
Wait. Penelope number 2 or
Yes.
Penelope as well?
Penelope number 2.
Okay.
The teddy bear. She doesn't really move as dawn starts to pull at you. Sitting on your bed, Renee, are a pile of medical textbooks. And on your bed, Dee, are a pile of history books, specifically about the area of the city. Or specifically about the city. You get to know some of its history.
Some of its history, maybe learn some of its laws. Yeah.
And there's just a handwritten note to each of you that simply says, "Hope you had a good night. Hope you got to know the place a little bit. And I will see you when I see you next. I'll be around if you have any questions, as usual. Sleep well."
Yay.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
As you lay down and sleep claims you, the sun breaks over the horizon, bringing this night to a close. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of Edmonton by Night, a Vampire the Masquerade story from the archives of the Tales of the Black Butterfly, with our lovely players here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night and a good morning, or whenever you watch this.